Hi friends, this is going to be a very special vlog because we are not only going to be doing the usual crochet and pole dancing and just tidbits of life, but we have this beautiful baby angel who fell into our lap. I've named her Baby. Most of my pigeon names start out as placeholders and they stick. She's very young. She is a baby, less than 2 months old. She's been with us for a little over a week now. And while I clean her cage and give her a little bath, let me tell you guys about her. We found her on the edge of a bike path all by herself, which is already a red flag because pigeons are very social. They're rarely ever alone, especially the young ones. They really need to learn to socialize and integrate. When we investigated further, we realized that she was hopping around on one foot and she was flying to get very short distances, which means that her bad foot is either broken, dislocated, or has really bad string foot. All three things are really bad because they cannot resolve on themselves. So without intervention, she would be hopping around for the rest of her life. It also means that her good foot is at very high risk of developing arthritis. So Till grabbed her up. We consulted a friend of ours who also does pigeon rescue and has a lot more experience than us, and we concurred that it was a leg break. So we put her in a temporary DIY splint. I'm gonna put this is what it looked like, and then soon after that we took her to the vet. This is Baby's cage. She gets clean newspaper every day, food, water, and grit. It was a bit of a disaster getting her to the vet because as we were leaving, my car made a noise and I didn't feel safe driving it, so we booked an Uber to the vet, and then obviously we paid for the vet consultation and then an Uber again back. So she's been quite expensive already. So it was not a break, it was a dislocation. She also had worms and coccidiosis. So she has a prescription. These are her meds. She's already taken the first dose of meds for worms and coccidiosis. The second dose is in a couple of days. For now, she takes daily antibiotics and she gets physiotherapy. So I'm gonna do that for her right now. Almost done. So you can see this is her bad leg and she tends to keep it curled up like this. The dislocation is in her heel, so right here. Okay, and you're all done for today. Now I just put her back in her cage and then she hangs out, and tomorrow we do the same thing all over again. I'm sorry. Baby has been making such amazing progress already. When we first found her, she was really relying entirely on her good foot. She was really hobbling around. She would keep her bad leg curled up against her belly like this and she wouldn't move it at all. But today, actually for the first time while she was in the bath, I saw that she not only set her foot down, but she splayed her toes out. And that's amazing progress. So here's the plan for the rest of the day. Work on my videos, crochet a little bit, pole dancing, video games. Let's go. So I ended up laying down and now it's already time to get ready for my pole class. Just 1 hour of exercise and then I can go back to bed. Today, Till is gonna help me with Baby. If you guys want an update on our balcony pigeons from my last vlog, they are still sitting on the fake eggs. It's been almost a month, and usually it takes 2 weeks for the eggs to incubate. I think it's because they're first-time parents, so they're being extra thorough. Very curious to see how long they sit on these.
She's walking.
What? Oh my.
She's incredibly difficult to hold right now.
Oh, she's angry. She's big mad.
You got her?
Yes, I got her. Do you guys remember how only yesterday I was talking about how I was so proud that she was putting her foot down and splaying out her toes? She's full on walking today.
Half a pill, huh?
Yeah, I already... Thank you.
Baby, you don't want this, I don't want this. Let's just get it over with.
Just drop it in. See, she eats it herself. Okay, one more. Okay, girl, all done for today. Finished filming a video. You can see the mess I made that I'm gonna deal with later. The Wi-Fi in our apartment is down right now, which is not good. I'm going to a cafe to get the rest of my work done today, which means I do have to spend money on an overpriced coffee, but it's a beautiful day. I'm gonna get myself a sweet treat, it's fine. Something really shit just happened to me, and it's my own fault, which is the worst part. So I was having a grand time sipping my overpriced coffee, working on editing, texting my homegirls in between. I finish the editing. The video's done. And upon export, my dear MacBook decides to kaput itself, and the entire draft got corrupted. Like and subscribe. I was about to wrap up. It was perfect timing. The cafe was about to close. I was gonna get groceries, come home, and I did that. But now I'm supposed to have like a nice evening, like reading and doing whatever. But nope. I have to do all that work over again. I'm gonna shower, I'm gonna eat something, and just lock in because I don't have another choice.
Group of players set on setting.
The ears for some reason. The question I get asked the most about pigeon rescue is probably, aren't you scared of diseases? Aren't you scared of germs? The answer is no. I have dealt with worse cases where there's been blood, but I don't mind blood because I also bleed. I think what makes me most squeamish is probably lice. Sometimes when you handle really sick birds, really young birds who aren't able to clean themselves, they will have lice, and it can get on my skin and my clothes. It's not the same lice that humans get. I just do a change of clothes and a shower and everything's fine. And as for my kitchen, I'm obviously not preparing food directly in my sink. I do disinfect everything before cooking anyway. People's cats, they use a litter box and then they run all around the house on furniture and countertops. People walk their dogs and then let their dogs back inside the house. It's the same thing. It's not hygienic, but it's something that you have to be okay with if you want the joy of having pets, if you want to be able to help animals. These sort of stigmas are along the same lines as people who say, I'm not gonna go vegan because soy products contain estrogen and that's gonna mess with my hormone levels. No, soy is a plant and we are mammals. We are not affected by plant hormones. Another question I get asked a lot is, how can you tell that a baby pigeon is a baby pigeon because they look a lot like adults. The babies will make a chirping sound because they haven't yet developed their cooing sound. The babies are still growing into their features, and usually the feet and the beak grow first and then the rest of the body catches up later. For baby, you can see that her beak really protrudes out of her head, so they kind of have like this carrot beak. The babies have very dark eyes, like almost completely black. Sometimes their feet will be black as well. You can also tell by behavior when they're in a flock. Usually they're like near the outside of the flock. They're a little awkward. They haven't yet learned how to fight for scraps, and they'll be very, very small. And sometimes you'll see two very small ones sticking together. Usually they're siblings. They're baby siblings that recently left the nest, and they're still sticking with each other trying to figure things out. So those are some ways in which you can tell that it's a baby. She wants to go outside. She sees the window. I'm gonna put her back in her cage. I'm sorry. The hardest part about doing pigeon rescue is probably the emotional aspect, because you see a lot of suffering when you're out feeding a flock, trying to catch a flock. You get a lot of unwanted attention, and sometimes people will run in your way and chase the birds away on purpose. A lot of things that people perceive as normal, kids chasing the birds, seeing a pigeon all alone, or seeing a pigeon on the ground at night, are actually really, really bad things, and it happens a lot. And I do see people feeding them, but in terms of people in my neighborhood who are actually like catching them, taking them in, I'm not saying I'm the only one, but I am saying that I feel like if there were more people who are also doing this as actively as my partner and I would have run into them by now. There's like 3 other people in this city that I can lean on. I'm just constantly heartbroken seeing all this suffering that nobody else sees. So my partner and I bear a lot of this weight alone. Sometimes I share my rescues online and people are like, oh, that pigeon really loves you, that pigeon really trusts you, and I know that it's gonna appreciate you for the rest of its life. I know those comments mean well, but the truth is these pigeons don't realize I'm helping them. They just see a big monster that's grabbing them and forcing things down their throat and messing with their feet that are already in pain, so it's causing them more pain. Always trying to recruit my friends, get them to join workshops, but it's difficult, especially because I'm freelance, I work from home, so I have the resources to do this. Most people my age, they're working, studying full time, so they just, even if they want to, they don't have the resources. One of my connections, she used to do this a lot. She would volunteer and she developed an illness, so she had to stop. I made little candies.
Smells like nothing.
Cheers.
Cheers. Is that the high protein milk?
No.
What is it?
It's just fruit juice and sugar.
Mmm. Tasty.
I have to clip farm for my YouTube vlog.
But like the background people, you know, like in a sitcom, you have like
Yeah, you have to pretend in it, like.
yeah.
And there was that one video about fell, and it's like, it's not that fucking serious. So that's what.
Take rats.
That's what I said. I was like, how dare you? It's about. Sorry. I did not realize that. Like and subscribe.
So Etsy.
On Etsy. All that, I was like, fuck.
White woman or
Yeah, from
Florida girl.
Something about her being anti-inclusive.
Her shirts, sweater.
I like the whole. I
Or
feel like if
shirt,
I
or
was
stuff.
athletic shoulders, they're never gonna see the light of day in this pattern. Yeah. But she's very.
Good morning. Today I took baby and I did the pills and the physio while Till cleaned the cage, and I think that's a really good setup for the two of us. I have an easier time administering the pills because my hands are smaller and Till's better at cleaning stuff. So yesterday at the meetup, we got these goodie bags that were sponsored by Stephen and Penelope. So let me do a quick haul with you guys. So these are postcards from our 1-year anniversary event. Sophia gave us handwritten notes on these. She is the sweetest woman I have ever met, I swear. Stitch markers. Oh, they're gold. I didn't see the color last night. These are for knitting, so don't know how much use of these I can make. My friend Vicky, she gave me knitting stitch markers a while ago that she handmade, and I prefer to use those ones. Lazy Swatch, the magnificent time-saving device that makes magical color swatches in mere minutes. I don't know how to use these, but the more time I spend with the other people at Knits and Notes, the more I realize I know nothing about knitting and crochet actually. Like, what are all these things? Cute little lanyard. I'm gonna give this away actually. I know somebody who'll like it. Stephen and Penelope labels. Oh, like literally labels. Mothballs. These I really need because my yarn stash is just out in the open. Stickers. Knits and Notes pins. These are so cute. So I've seen these in craft stores, but I don't know what they're for. Apparently they're stitch holders. But I'm probably just gonna use this decoratively. And one more sticker. And this is the bag. The project I was working on yesterday is a no scrunch beanie, so it's gonna go all the way around. I'm actually testing it for a subscriber of mine, and I need to get on that because I started like 2 weeks ago. I was holding off so that I could work on it at the hangout yesterday, but I didn't end up doing a lot of crochet. Baby's making good progress. When I hold her to the side for the physio, before you could really identify which one of her legs was the bad one. Now, like, she holds them out evenly. There's nothing much to say other than I'm really proud of her. I haven't journaled in a long time because I finished my journal like back in November. Since then, I've collected so many like scraps and stickers and labels that I want to put in a journal, and I've just been holding off. I'm gonna go and buy a journal today because there's one I've been wanting for a while. Got my notebook. I've got so many scraps that I've been collecting in the past few months. So I am gonna journal for like 3 hours probably, do some work, and I'll see you guys later. She hates me. Hello. Hello. So today we're gonna do a fun pole workshop. It's like a couples duo workshop, like 2 people on the pole. So I'm bringing Till. It's organized by my favorite pole instructor Lola, and I'm going to her new studio for the first time, so I'm really excited about that. I mean, there's nothing really to report about baby. She's making good progress. She puts more and more weight on her bad foot every single day.
She bit my finger.
Till figured out how to feed her the antibiotics by himself today.
Yes.
What else is there to say? No, let's
We're
go.
going now.
Let's go. Oh, there she goes. What? No, wait. Lola, is this correct? Yes. Okay, this is not but they can do like fully
Yeah, you did it.
And then over. Yeah. And so I stand the same. They can do a step. No. Then this one goes now. This. The more that you are that's good. That's good. You need to. This driving somewhere on. I already know. Then these are extended. Yeah. And this is the one that you're gonna do. Yeah. Almost, yeah. Yes, you're there. Easy, you put. See the face? Yeah, there. Yes. Nice.
And then you need to.
We just finished the pole class and then we happened to walk by a cafe that was closing. They were handing out like free bagels that they had in excess. So we grabbed one and then we walked through a park where we saw a pigeon with string foot. So we ended up using the bagel to lure the pigeon, and so luckily one of the rescuers that we know live in the area, so we're headed over there right now to do an assessment. Till noticed it because it was laying down and it was all alone.
From like 15 meters.
Yeah, Till spotted it like from all the way across the park, and he did a really clean catch and we only had breadcrumbs, so I'm really impressed.
I spread like 4 crumbs. I think it's also because the pigeon was really desperate for food. At this point it's quite bad, so it was not that difficult to catch, but with the bagel it was more difficult than it should have been.
But thank God for the bagel. Like, we didn't have any food on us. I guess this really is like a pigeon rescue vlog. But you see what I mean? Like, it's really spontaneous. Very rarely do we actually go out looking for injured birds. Like, we do sometimes, but usually we just run into them and we have to like improvise.
Sometimes you need to add a little bit more padding, especially the tip.
I feel like Sisyphus because it's just never ending. Like you help one pigeon and then there's like 3 more. We saw several today, but we managed to catch this one. Well, Till managed to catch it and spot it from really, really far away. Till's gonna get a box set up for her, so in the meantime, let me introduce you guys. She is a lot more docile than Baby. Baby gets daily meds and physiotherapy. This one gets bandage changes every 2 days. and both of them get daily cage cleanings and refills. The band-aids have a dual purpose, so obviously it's gonna protect the wounds from the string foot. It also tapes the back toe back, which retrains the foot to walk normally because I'm so tired. So the hair is wind really tight, and then the toes kind of cinch in as the hair tightens. Baby now has a next door neighbor. If you guys have any name suggestions for her, please leave them in the comments. And her new home is ready. Good morning, guys. I'm on the floor, Trisha Paytas style. Can I just vent for a second about my partner Till and how fucking amazing he is? The way he cares so much about these little animals and like all animals and all people. We were meant to be out for 3 hours max. Like we were gonna do a workout, grab a drink, walk around a little, go home. But then we saw the pigeon and we ended up staying out for like 6 hours. I'm small. I don't need that many calories, and also I'm pretty used to pole workouts, but he's not, and he needs calories. So he was so tired, so hungry, but he did not complain once while we were bandaging up that pigeon. When we come home, like we're both so tired, but he goes out of his way to clean out a box for the second pigeon so that I can vlog, and then after that he decides to cook for both of us. Like he doesn't have to do that. I'm crying. Like he's just so wonderful. You might be thinking, Lucy, you do the same thing, like you also care about pigeons and you care about social justice. The difference is he goes out of his way to do these things when he already has so little free time. Like he works 50 hours a week, he has 3 jobs. This kind of stuff like takes up what little free time, what little recovery time he has, and he doesn't care. And he works so much so that he can take care of me and so that I can do my YouTube. My income fluctuates a lot. Some months I earn more than him, other months I can't make rent. And on those months where I can't make rent, he's like, don't even worry about it, I'll take care of you. Why am I always crying on camera? It's I'm always making fun of other people. Like, you set up a camera and then you decided to film and edit and post this. Like, what was the reason? But I always like set up a camera just to talk and then I start crying. We've had like some stressful days recently. Our washing machine broke down, Till's bike broke down. We ended up paying for something very expensive that we had a voucher for, but the voucher didn't end up working. And Till's had some stressful days at work. He still makes such an active effort to like take care of me and check in on his friends and his family. If you guys are still watching this, can I ask you guys to like leave him some love in the comments, like leave him some words of affirmation. This is so parasocial, I'm sorry. Even if you watch like all my other vlogs, he's always just like doing the dishes and cooking for me and like working so hard in the background. He doesn't have a bad bone in his body. Another thing is like he's not insecure. Like he's happy to come to pole classes with me. He lets me like put makeup on him. When I'm sad, he'll fucking like start twerking to make me happy. Like this is what it's supposed to be, okay? You don't like, please guys, do not date losers, okay? The amount of horror stories I've heard from my friends who are dating terrible people, it doesn't have to be that way, and I don't know why that kind of stuff is so normalized. Even my parents and Till's family are always like, oh, have you and Lucy had your first fight? Just wait till you guys have your first fight. 5 years and counting. Where's our first fight? I'm still waiting. I don't know why fighting is so normalized. I don't know why like getting angry at each other and not talking for long periods of time is so normalized. I don't know why dating fucking losers who don't have fucking basic empathy and compassion is so fucking normal. I see way too many times like people complaining about their spouses on the internet, and women, you know, having children with terrible men who won't haul their weight, and then they feel trapped because they have a child together and they have no option but to like cry for help on the internet and get a bunch of hate. Like, please don't let that be you. Keep the bar high. And people doing like random fucking litmus tests, like, oh, if you're like, I saw a bird today, and he ignores you, then like the relationship isn't gonna last. No guys, don't. That shit is so superficial. Please don't like go on like TikTok for relationship advice. You should be able to feel it for yourself when you're with the right person. And if you can't find somebody who meets your standards, just be single. Just be single, okay? I was perfectly content on my own. That is the pigeon couple on my balcony. It looks like they're courting again. I think right now I'm gonna take back the fake eggs because I think both of them have stopped sitting on them.
What you doing?
I'm gonna wash them because they're kind of poopy, and when they lay eggs again, I'm gonna use them again. Guys. Okay, she's angry, but can you see that? She's fully standing on 2 feet. If you look from the front, she's still leaning on that foot a little bit, so it's still gonna take a few days. Another thing that happens when you keep rescue pigeons and they start eating and drinking well is they'll start to molt, which means they lose all of their feathers and they grow in new ones. So that is happening to Baby, and she's actually growing in her adult feathers and losing all of her baby feathers. All over my floor are these little baby feathers. Baby also has another milestone today, which is that she is taking her 2nd dose of the worm tablet. Okay, she keeps spitting it out. Baby. You okay? You okay? And you can actually see that she's molting, because here she's got these little pin feathers growing in. I know. Hello, you. Okay, yep. Thank you. It's really important that we keep the bandages dry and clean so that there's no infection. Just today, after an overnight stay in bandages, she's already able to kind of stand up. She's loafing now. If you look, she's able to actually stand a little bit. I'm very optimistic about both of our girls. We are all clean and done for the day. Baby there, the other girl there. Just got back from buying stuff, so I guess we'll do a haul. I don't really know what to vlog at this point. This is the gauze, and then the plaster tape, and then the salve. I also have betadine already and just a spray bottle so I can dilute this. Slowly but surely putting together a animal rescue first aid kit. It's very incomplete, but I buy things as I learn and as I come across new cases that I've never encountered before. I'm not a vet. Everything I know and everything that my rescue network knows is from observing vets. Very rarely do I do like a complete rescue without consulting somebody. Like, that's only if it's like very, very mild string foot. There's so much malpractice. If you ever find a pigeon that looks really, really sick, don't just like start feeding it stuff and taking it places. Always do research. And by research, I don't mean Google search, because there's so much misinformation about these birds, but like actually like call someone. This is the rescuer that I always contact. Her name is Billy. She's amazing. Yeah, that's... Oh, so we also went to the thrift store and we bought these little ramekin dishes, and these are gonna be for the pigeons. These are perfect because they're shallow, so the pigeon can actually reach the bottom, and they're hard to tip over. That's all for now. I'll catch you guys later. I have to be honest, I low-key regret taking the eggs back, because now that they're not nesting anymore, Pee-wee is back to screaming 24/7.
How much dream not found.
And a t-shirt, a white t-shirt. And they have the 7 Maytex, yeah.
Today, Till is gonna be cleaning the girls' cages while I do the healthcare. And actually, today is yet another milestone for Baby, because today she's taking her last tablet for coccidiosis. This is the very large capsule, so I'm gonna try and get it over with first. Good girl. Good girl. And I can feel it in her crop. Yeah, I know. There's one. Okay. Did she just spit it out? Is that the antibiotic?
Yeah.
She just spat it out. There you go. Good girl. So actually, her prescription meds are completely finished. And to be honest, she's like full on walking. There's not much intervention needed at this point. Today's Tuesday, and our plan is to release her on Saturday afternoon. So a few more days with us and she's free. this is my setup for this one. I'm gonna go ahead and do this off camera because I have to really focus and it takes a lot of time to switch out the bandages and clean everything in between. I'll just show you guys the before. And here is the after. My hands are not as skilled as our friend Ariane's, but most important thing is that the cuts have been sanitized and the back toe is taped to train the foot to walk normally again. It's been like half an hour since I last vlogged because we had to give her a bath. She was really nasty. There's gonna be some inevitable buildup in between the toes where we don't bandage it so that the toes can splay out and kind of ventilate, but that's why we do bandage changes very often. She is also done. Last night I finished the hat that I've been testing. This is my first time working like this way, like building up the rows vertically. I usually do top down also because that way you don't have to like close the top part. So this is like something that I would never come up with myself, but I really like the look of it. And I've also sewn the brim to the body so that way it's the same and it doesn't like roll around while I wear it.
Did you model it off another hat?
No, I didn't make this pattern. I tested it, one of my subscribers made it. It's cool, right?
Yeah, I like it.
Do you want one?
I don't really wear hats.
No, you don't.
Is it like present? It's impossible to tell what being is.
Oh yeah. Baby! Oh my... Girl. Or boy, I don't even know. Oh, days. Wow. Your adult feathers, baby. Till's working the morning shift today, so I'm gonna do all the pigeon stuff by myself. Here's the plan. I'm not gonna film all of it because it's gonna take like an hour. So I take the second pigeon, I cut off her band-aids, I put her in the bath, I clean her cage, I take out baby, put her in like another box, clean her cage, and then I take baby and then give her her meds, put her back. Then I take the second pigeon, dry her off, put on the bandages, put her back in the cage. That's the plan today. 2 more days with baby. Baby is such a troublemaker compared to the other one. One. A second. See, all done. All done. I know. Baby is very territorial of her box. Actually, if I go near her, she starts wiggling and head bowing, which can mean lots of things. It can mean courtship, it can mean respect, but definitely for my case, it means back off. So you see the little wing twitches and then the head bows? He's saying back off. Now, as for this girl, I've actually just dried her off and put her back in her box because she is standing. She can't manage to stand very long because obviously her feet are still in pain, but her toes are all in the correct position. I am going to await further instructions before doing the bandaging. So again, always consult with somebody who knows their stuff because I'm still learning. Also because I need a break. I haven't had breakfast. Oh, that's a wing. Okay, there you go. She's strong. We've heard back from Ariane and she does need bandages. Main objective now is to keep the feet lubricated so that the crust doesn't form and harden, because that prevents the skin from regenerating itself in between the cuts.
The feet are so soft.
But she's on track. Everything's good. Till's gonna do the bandaging today and I'm gonna help him. All done. It's stinky.
Very crude. I tried my best.
It's good.
I hope it doesn't fall off.
No. She doesn't walk around enough for it to fall off. I don't know what's more embarrassing, the events that are currently transpiring or the fact that I'm telling you guys about the events. Probably the latter. So you know how I was saying that our washing machine broke down and then Till's bike broke down? Well, now I have a holy trinity because last night on our way home from seeing friends who live on the other side of the city, we got a flat tire. It was really scary actually because we were on the highway and we just hear a crackling noise and we're both like, what was that? And then the car beeps and then I just feel my side of the car like slowly sinking into the street, and we managed to pull over on time. Till called a bunch of services, and after like half an hour of waiting on the highway, which was really scary, our car got towed. Here's a picture of it being towed, and then here's a video I shot while we were sitting inside the tow truck. That was pretty fun, honestly. I hadn't sat inside a truck since I was 10 during a traffic safety workshop. We had like insurance trouble, so they couldn't like do any more other than bring the car to a safe location, and we were sat there like trying to figure out what to do, but all of the hotlines we were calling were kind of just leading us in a loop. So in the end, we left the car there with the flat tire and we took a taxi home, and it was like 3 in the morning by the time we finally managed to go to sleep. Luckily, the district where our car got dropped off is an area with a lot of like car shops, maintenance shops. So today our plan is call up some of the services in the area. My main concern right now is like we don't have a parking permit for where the car is. You can get like a $90 fine for parking somewhere you're not supposed to park in one day. It's not gonna be cheap. A lot of the hate I get is people being like, what do you know about this topic? You're just a rich, out of touch influencer. And it's like, you must be new here. And so you might be wondering, how do I have such a nice car? The car is inherited. I did not pay for it. I am very, very grateful that we have a car because we can transport our animals, and we do a lot of long trips to see family across the border. I guess I'm gonna do the pigeon stuff now, and then we're gonna see about the car. This is baby's second last dose of antibiotics ever. Baby's cage cleaning takes like 4 times longer because he trashes the box. I don't even know how he does it. He gets like seeds and grit and water absolutely everywhere. And the other pigeon is so polite. She'll poop in one corner and then she'll lay in another corner, and she doesn't knock anything over. She also does not complain while baby just keeps hurling profanities at me. It's always the tiny birds with the biggest attitude. Good. Very good. Hi. Baby in the sock. Baby in the sock. Towel jail. He's actually grown so much. Like, you can start to see some of the adult features filling in. There's a lot more feathers growing around his beak area, so he doesn't have this little carrot beak anymore. Well, he still does, but not as much. Beautiful bird. There's a new guest that has been visiting our balcony a few times. Oh, he just flew down. He's usually so shy, and he's missing a foot, so usually when I open the door, he flies off. Ah, shit. Pee-wee's here. He's gonna chase him away. No! Why are you like this? Today is the day that tiny baby gets released. Till gets off work in the afternoon. I'm gonna pick him up and then we're gonna go to the place we found him together and set him free. He's 100% healthy and he gets stronger and stronger every day. I'm so excited for his release. I know he's gonna be so happy, but also I can't let him go. I was able to learn so much while I'm crying on my floor again. I was able to learn so much while we had him. I mean, he's still in my kitchen. Yeah, I know. I'm gonna miss him so much. I got so much better at handling pigeons because of him. Just having a life that is fully in my hands and I'm responsible for, it really pushes me to be a better person. It pushes me to be proactive. It's such a privilege to be able to, I mean, how many people can say that they get to interact with and save the lives of their favorite animals every single day? I mean, my favorite animal used to be tigers. I never got to see tigers, and when I did, they were in captivity at the zoo. But now, like, I'm actively saving the lives of my favorite animals, and I'm raising money for them, and I'm spreading awareness about them, and these birds have given me such a strong sense of purpose. Okay, so while Till's gone for work, I have to do the bandage changes for the other pigeon. This afternoon, we say goodbye to baby. I hope that he sticks around at the place where we found him, because it's a place where I've seen a lot of people go frequently to feed the birds, so at least I know he won't go hungry, and if anything ever happens, I can keep an eye on him. Also, everything is resolved with the car. We spent so much of yesterday at the car repair shop while it was getting fixed. We ended up having to pay for a second tire because the other front tire, the one that didn't pop, was also in poor condition, so we decided to replace it. The car is home safe, Till and I are home safe, so we spent a lot of money, but I'm really, really happy. I really hope that we can keep finding compassion for all animals, and I want you guys to know that I feel this way about all animals. It's just that with pigeons, you come across their suffering most often. I want you guys to know that I would do this, and I hope that you guys would do this regardless of whether it's a pigeon, a cat, a dog. Our cities are filthy and unsafe, and we are ruining this planet. I think we all have a responsibility to lend a helping hand when we see animals in need, people in need. It doesn't matter what species, what ethnicity. And I hope with my channel I can keep raising funds for nonprofits and starting important conversations. Thank you guys so much for supporting my work and taking the time out of your day to hear me out. I just did all the bandaging on the other girl, and I just want to show you my craftsmanship real quick. And she's already walking in the correct posture, so I just leave the back toe alone because there's also no open wounds on there. Yeah. Okay, she still prefers loafing. That's okay. You're going home today. Yeah. She spat it out. And she spat it out again. There you go. Final update on the feather growth. You're not gonna like this. Listen, baby, I know you don't like me, but you don't have to call me slurs. So, I am also bringing some food to lure the pigeons on the tree. You always want to release pigeons with a flock. They're very social birds. If you just release them somewhere random and they're all alone, you can be sending them to their death. Sometimes you even want to hold them and just let them get their bearings and see that they're surrounded by other pigeons, and that way they calm down and then they don't fly off too far and like end up potentially hurting themselves. The best and worst part of pigeon rescue is letting them go, because you're kind of just putting them back on the streets, which they're not supposed to be. Like, they're supposed to be pets. Ideally, you give them a loft, but like, we have such limited resources and not enough aviaries. If they're like perfectly healthy, if they don't have a long-term condition that makes it incredibly hard for them to fend for themselves on the streets, we just have to put them back.
You got a like water stain on your booty.
I know, I peed myself.
You're free, baby.